Hello, everybody in the world of Bennie Unfiltered. Welcome. It is that time. It's hot and very warm in the Midwest today, or should I say this morning. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and we're going to chat for a second. But before we get started, welcome back. It's Bennie Unfiltered time, and it's on branding. It's our every week topic. Last week we talked about what was coming up in the upcoming shows, and it was on branding yourself. Was the very first topic of discussion, and we're going to hit quite a few along the way. And today it's on creating the branding of you and yourself and your team. I'm getting ready to go riding after this, but it sure does feel warm right now, don't you think? Whew. So anyways, branding, it's very important. I hope everybody knows this, and I hope everybody embraces what I'm about ready to say. Branding's important. And how do we do that? Simple. Or is it? One of the things I know for a fact is that when branding myself, it's very important to always remain that teachable person I talk about all the time. Remaining teachable gives us the ability to learn and grow. Also gives me the ability to continue to do the right thing by branding myself even that much more better. Because I want people to trust that if I'm giving something out there that is for them to embrace or want, this goes for all of us. I'm just generalizing myself right now. It's important to have that given to your community, to your friends, whoever wants to embrace what you're doing for a living, so that they have the trust that you are the one to see. Because they're going to get the satisfaction of customer service at their best. Correct? In order to be your best, you got to brand yourself that way. Yes, I'm wearing leather today, and I'm in bike material to go riding. That also is a part of my branding. Not only am I just in a suit and tie, I'm very much in a different hat at all times, depending on where or what I'm doing. But the first and foremost thing that I enjoy the most about that is I get to have this, the heart and passion inside that everyone will allow to embrace, because that's what I want when I'm looking at you for business. If I want something from someone that has something to offer, I want to be able to look at them in the eyes, listen to them, and say, I trust that person. They have exactly what I want and what I need. Am I touching the base here for everybody? Because this is Bennie Unfiltered, and it is hot. And that is a way to brand yourself. Be hot. Hot and sassy, but in a good way. If I'm hot and sassy, I don't need to be wearing Daisy Dukes to promote my business, unless that is the approach I want to take. For me, that isn't. When I grab my papers that are floating around right now, I can look at my notes, because I take them now, because it keeps me on a schedule and keeps me on time for things. but it also gives me my ideas that I can remember, because they're all over the place, to continue to get even that much better for my branding. Right now, and I spoke about this last week, I'm currently branding a lot of my stuff right now on a newer scale of things, because with time, things revolve. And with time, revolving means being on top of your A game on your branding. There are a lot of things in life that I'm going to brand. And with time, that might change on how we approach things. Because with the new age of things, you change some of those things. But you must keep your integrity and your character at all times. That is the biggest part of branding for me and for those I go to for advice or something that they have that I want in their business. If I walk into a shopping store, I want to approach those people and say, this is what I'm looking for. Can you help me with this? Now, I'm standing outside of a pool. This is my backyard. Welcome to my world. This didn't get here by sitting around doing nothing. It got there because I was branding myself and working my butt off every single day, sometimes not even taking the lunch that I needed to continue to go throughout the day without being crabby. That was something I had to learn as time went on. Appropriate, take your times at the times you need to give yourself the nutrients to not be so crabby or out of whack, but to be alive and generate the persona that you are trying to do. Let them see you not sweat, but let them see you glad to be there for them and eat your sandwich along the way. Now, back to the topic of branding. If I walk into a pool shop and I want to buy a robot, it cleans my pool. Not all of it, because I do it myself as well. But in order to use that robot, if it costs money, that is sometimes a little higher than you wish it to be, but everyone has to make a living. Now, if I walk into that shop and I ask about this robot that I have nothing to know about, no education whatsoever, I'm looking around the atmosphere of the place I just entered. Is this a place that has something to offer me that I'm going to be able to use so I can clean my pool without it costing more money to fix if something goes wrong? I love that thing. Now, when I entered the establishment to purchase something like this, I asked questions. Now, if a person, and we'll talk about this on my next Bennie Unfiltered, because it'll be on trust. But if this person doesn't really know what they're talking about, or that they don't have the time of day for you, and it's all about how can I make some money, because they might be on a commission-based thing, or if I sell 20 robots to this guy, am I going to make enough money? Or am I just going to give him something that he has no idea how it works, and it's going to break and he's going to come back and get another one? Now, if you're the entrepreneur that I know that you guys are, you're going to walk right out the door and you're going to check the other place. But branding also comes a lot of this. If I'm interacting with people, they are also going to act and interact with others, friends and families, those who have pools. those that know someone that might know someone that has pools. Who can I go see? A, go see this guy. He's going to give you the advice needed to be able to afford something that will, in the long run, be the thing that was worth it. Or is it going to be the 5-star shop that you thought it was going to be that turned out to be a 0-star shop? Branding is everything. If I'm branding myself to sell a robot to the person that walks into the shop, it's because I have passion behind it. It's also because I went to a company that also branded themselves to produce and make a robot for a pool that would work for someone that came in the shop and go home with it, and makes a complete circle of how branding worked the right way. So, branding is a big picture because everything is based on something else that is networked together. If I brand something, I might even get a better deal if I'm the retail portion of it going through the distributor to get a amount of inventory to sell for them and sell for me. Now, if they have what I want, they're going to educate me, they're going to give me a good deal or a price cut of some sort, or maybe apologize for that. Bennie Unfiltered always stays connected. We're just losing focus. This thing that I'm calling a robot has been with me for 2.5 years, I believe. I learned a lot from it, from the people that taught me about it, to myself learning about it. Now, it does the job, but if I'm going to brand that to you, I'm going to take care of it as well, like I was shown. That is cleaning it, putting it up. I'm in Minnesota, Midwest. It doesn't stay this hot all year long. So I must put it up, have it put up nicely, cleanly. So when I bring it back out for that next season, I'm just plugging it in and putting it in to do its job. That didn't look like that when we opened it up for the year. But a couple of days later, with the right robot and education, I can see down to the bottom. And I can swim in this day or night. Branding, it comes with a great price to pay. So I had to take off my jacket, get a little wet, show you my granddaughter who popped her head out because she's on her way to daycare. And then when they get home, they're going to want to go for a swim. And I'm going to brand that to be a good thing for Grandpa at the end of the day, to see a smile on their face. So when I'm branding, I want everything to look right. I want the branding to be what I call the integrity and character piece. It has to say something about who you are and what you're about that even brings them closer to walking in your shop or your business. Have it done with the right people and the right team that also sees your vision and your passion. In order to brand myself, and when I say branding yourself, think about who you are and what you're about. We're all human. We all make mistakes. That's why you must remain teachable, because branding teaches us how to do that more and more every day. Good thing I had my orange juice, because the coffee would not set straight right now in the seat. But that does. Brand yourself correctly. Stay focused on who you are and what you're about. These guys did it. They did it well. They also had competitors. So if I'm branding and I have competitors, how much are they branding? Because that's where it even gets more trickier than this conversation. This could go on, this show right now, on and on, because branding is important. It's got so much to offer. The sound of sirens. Wasn't law enforcement. It was an ambulance on its way to someone. So they and their family are in our prayers and our thoughts. And branding goes a long ways. So don't lose yourself with a lot of that either. Because with branding and the work comes balance. And finding the time to step away from the playground of work, of branding, to jump in a fresh pool of relaxation so you can be better and healthier for the next phase of Bennie Unfiltered. Hope that was good, because if it wasn't, then I must have done something wrong to brand that with me. Because branding, there's always going to be a judge somewhere around that. Don't take offense to it. Better yourself or remain teachable, because branding has a lot of people watching. So always remain focused, because you never know who's watching you. Because with that saying of the companies that brand themselves that are both good are competitors, doesn't mean they're going to smash on somebody because they think they're better than them, because that's bad branding. To badmouth another competitor either because of envy or just because you don't like them doesn't make it all right. To say to a consumer that might just go over there just because you're talking crap. So remain teachable, but know how you could be better from something that also wasn't so you don't do the same thing. And you will gain more from those who respect you rather than not respect you. People will learn on who to trust through branding. If I'm branding something, but you walk into my shop and it's so different from the brand, then you might want to turn around and not even let them try to waste their time educating you something about a robot that meant no sense to them in the first place. So branding also means pick and choose who you have helping you brand and being a part of your team to make it work. Because we're all a team. That's part of my branding. And it's because of passion behind it. It doesn't have to be something you've just talked crap about. It doesn't make sense that way. Bennie Unfiltered. Branding is good if you make it better. All right. Whew. If you need to talk more about this, email me or send me a call and we'll get in touch with you. The emails and the website and the phone calls have been amazing, guys. And Bennie Unfiltered is ready to coach and speak. So if you want me and need me, you'll know how to see my branding, to trust that I'll produce exactly what I'm selling. promise you that. Bennie Unfiltered. Thank you for listening. Thank you for learning how to brand. I'll be watching your branding because I know it's going to look good. Brands. It's all that matters. Or is it? Next week, on Bennie Unfiltered, we're talking about trust. So don't be surprised when someone comes knocking in your door saying they need a pool robot because they trust you. We're going to talk about trusting and those around you that you trust in your circle of interest. I love this because this too brings me to the next topic. It won't be on trust yet. It'll be on branding yourself and staying true to that brand. So when you create a brand, how do you stay true to it? That's part of the trust that comes our way. So stay true to your brand and it'll get done. Bennie Unfiltered, we'll see you next week and I'll see you later on. I think when I go riding, I'll chat with you guys. Until then, stay cool, stay true. Don't forget where you come from and always give back anonymously just because it's part of your branding. You don't want to be a show body just because. You want to be a person with heart, integrity, and character. Branding. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Stay tuned. Send me the emails. Give me a call. And let's stay in touch. I'm going swimming before I jump on the bike. Talk to you later. Bye.